Yo, what's poppin' YouTube? It's your boy Jackson 5K, aka the Vandalorian, and this is a video that a lot of my friends have been requesting me to make. It's a training routine that I've been doing for the last maybe like all of Act 3, and it's helped me take my game to the next level in Valorant. I first started playing Valorant as my first tactical shooter in the beta, where I placed in Iron 2, and currently my rank is Platinum 2. And I was really stuck around like the silver 3, gold 1 level for a good amount of time. I was getting close to like breaking gold 3, and I could never get past it. And a lot of it had to do with just game sense in general, but also like my aim was subpar because I wasn't confident in taking gunfights, and really without even doing like much aim practice, just doing like this aim warm-up routine before I play any comm games has really helped me have confidence in my gunfights, you know. So today I'm going to show you guys like the 15-20 minutes that I take beforehand, before I start any comm games, to like warm up my aim, get my senses through, to really help you push your aim to the next level. And then I'll make some more game sense videos later on in the future, but for now we'll just start with this. All right, so the first thing, like the only thing that I really do in terms of aim training, I don't use like aim labs, aim beast, or any of those other like third-party aim trainers, mainly because like those don't really help me with I feel like those don't help me with the gun control. All right, it doesn't exactly help me like control recoil or anything like that. And plus, like I'd rather just practice within the range, right? Because it'll help me get used to like the timing, stop and go timing, strafing, all of that. So the first thing I do is I always start off with the Guardian on easy mode, right? And the reason why you want to start on easy mode, I know a lot of people think that like they need to warm up with hard, or they need to practice with hard bots, but it doesn't make sense, because if you're rushing your shot, you're only going to make mistakes. And if you're practicing that way, then you're going to develop bad habits and continue bad habits. For example, a lot of people like tend to like overflick, right? Overflick or underflick, in the sense where they start shooting before the crosshair is like actually on the bot, right? And this doesn't really help you warm up. You're kind of putting yourself in pressure situations that like it's not helpful. If you watch like NBA, right, people aren't playing one-on-one during the warm-ups. They're doing, like random shoot-arounds. They're like standing still, catching the ball, shooting it, layup lines, right? It's all very chill. It's very like relaxed. That's the whole point of a warm-up. You're not supposed to, throw yourself in a pressure situation during the warm-up. So for beginners who are struggling with their aim, who feel like they're unable to, really get that crosshair on the head for the one shot, because Valorant, it's super important to have that one shot capability. It's a little dark. Let me turn up my lighting. Right, for people who are struggling with that, suggest it's going to be very helpful for you to use this aim training. So we're gonna start off with easy bots. You can stand wherever you want for this. You're just gonna be standing still, and you want to make sure that you're killing the bots with one bullet, right? You want to make sure that you move your crosshair onto the bot's head and shooting them and killing them with one bullet. So for example, it doesn't matter if you're like it doesn't matter if you're fast. It's not, the point isn't to be fast. The point is to be smooth. You want to be able to like roll to the head without over flicking it, right? Or under flicking it. So it should be smooth like that. It shouldn't have any pause like that one right there, right? You shouldn't pause like that. As best to your ability, you want to be able to do that and kill 30 bots with one bullet. Clearly I'm fucking up. But that's the premise for the easy mode. You want to be able to do this like you want to get at least 29, right? Your aim should be 29 bots, single bullet. I already messed them up, and you want to be as smooth as possible with your mouse drag. You don't want to over drag it, and you don't want to under drag it. The point of this is for you to get used to your crosshair sensitivity so that you know exactly how much you need to move your mouse left and right. So I'm gonna do that again. And I know this might feel like it's too slow, but this actually has its own purpose in a sense where in Valorant, there's gonna be times when you're holding an angle for a really long time, right? And then the enemy just pops up out of nowhere on the other side of the screen. So you have to be ready for that. And if you're holding an angle, you might get bored, you might lose patience. So easy mode really helps you like maintain your focus. Making sure you're hitting the right shot. Because how many times you're like watching, let's say like you're on Breeze mid, right? And you just pushed out of B and you're trying to watch you're trying to flank them and you think that they're mid. But so all of a sudden the guy starts walking in CT. And this is a situation like that right here. Like I'm holding mid and then like he just comes CT like right here. I have to be able to hit that shot smoothly, cleanly, and not miss. Otherwise the opponent has an opportunity to like turn around and one tap me in the face. So after you've done a few of those and you feel comfortable hitting the 29 or even the 30, right, then you'll be able to move on to medium bots. Now with medium bots, you can choose to continue to use the Guardian to get that smooth one tap. But for me, I've usually moved on to like the Vandal or whatever because I'm mostly a Vandal player. I am the Vandalorian after all. But for video's sake, I'll continue using the Guardian. And I like to do this like twice. The first set, I try to do standing still. Oh, sorry, I'm supposed to be standing still. Again, the point isn't to be fast. The point is to be active. If you ever watch like Formula 1 or any kind of like race car driving, professional racing, the drivers aren't max speed all of the time, right? Like they have to hit the corners, and you have to slow down. You have to be braking around the corners. And it's not the person that drives the fastest that wins. It's the person that has the best braking. And you want to be able to take your corners like smooth, right? You want to take the perfect line at the perfect speed, not exactly the fastest speed, because you want to have control of your car. So there's a saying in Formula 1 that slow is smooth, but smooth is fast. So you should always aim for being smooth and not being fast. After I've done a few of those standing still ones and I feel like I've gotten comfortable, averaging around like the 25, 26 mark, I switched to my main gun, which is the Vandal. And sometimes I'll practice using the Phantom, but mostly I just practice using the Vandal. So I'm gonna be doing the medium bots again, but this time I'll be incorporating some counter strafing because that's very important in Valorant, right? To be able to swing somebody and just boom, counter strafe and kill them as quickly as possible. So, oh, it lagged. So I don't really aim for a single bullet here because I'm also practicing like burst firing and spraying. And I'll explain that a little later on why that's important. Okay. So as you can see, like I'm not exactly like the best aimer, And that'll come in like another video about how like aiming in Valorant isn't exactly, it's important, but it's not the most important thing. Like, it's not the only thing you should be focusing on. There's a lot of like situational awareness that you need to develop, decision making that you need to work on, but we can get into those at later videos. But for now, I think for beginners, a lot of beginners are you know, not confident in their aim, so they play the game in a very scared way. And when you play Valorant in a scared way, you're gonna lose. That's just not how the game is meant to be played, because you have to win. At the end of the day, you have to be able to out aim the other person, right? And if you're not confident in your aim, you're never going to be able to out aim the other person. So let me do that one more time. Again, it's not about being fast. And you're aiming for about 26 or better. All right. So after you've hit the 26, from this point on, I will. I'm probably moving up to hard bots, but I'm not exactly spending a lot of time in hard bots. For hard bots, I'm really trying to. I'm aiming for about 16, which is above half, right? Like over 50%, and that's usually, honestly, that's usually good enough. But the main thing that you should be focusing on when you're doing hard bots is to try and shoot them at the very, very last second, right? Don't try to like shoot them immediately as they pop up. Like, don't be trying to like you don't have to like look like 10s, right? Like, you're not 10s. You're not gonna be like fucking flicking and like getting one taps here and there, because you're not 10s. You know, you didn't put like 100,000 hours into CS:GO or Valorant or any other game, right? You're new, you're a beginner. You don't need to look like 10s. You're not supposed to look like 10s. What I want you to do is try to like focus and steady your heart. Don't get too excited, right? Flicking, doing this, doing that. Just try to get your crosshair on the bot's head at the very last second and shoot them. So just take it slow, you know, take a deep breath. Don't be afraid if you miss. It's okay. Again, it's hard, but the goal isn't to be fast. The goal is to be accurate and smooth. All right. So I wasn't very satisfied with that, and I felt like I was taking it too slow. Right? I was too lax. So I'm gonna try to speed it up a little bit, and you know, try to shoot them a little faster. So I think like my career, like the highest I've ever got on hard is about 24. And again, you don't need to be perfect. That's not the point of this. The point is to just get yourself a game ready, right? In the game, you're going to have to be hitting fast shots like that. And you're not going to be standing still each time, right? So you want to practice your strafe shooting. You want to practice, like, you know, this is also practicing first bullet accuracy, right? And not shooting like so, right? It's all about rhythm, and that's what you're trying to develop here. So after you've done a few hard bots, right? Now you want to go back to easy mode again. And I know it's like, why are we going back to easy mode? But because when you're playing, the higher rank you go, and I'm not even in that high of a rank, right? But I've noticed this is the angles start to change slightly. For example, the first in the lower elo, right? You might have a guy that's standing on the floor, okay? And head level is about right here. So it's going to be very easy. When you're swinging a corner, you already know the head level, boom, right? Easy. But the higher rank you go, the guy isn't going to be standing here. Instead, he'll probably stand over here. And now the head angle changes, right? And there's those slight adjustments that, you know, people kind of have trouble with. So one thing that you can do that I like to do is you kind of just find areas on the map in the practice range that you can jump on. For example, you can jump on this thing, right? Or you can jump on this thing over here, or you can also jump just right here, right? And I'm gonna show you guys what this does. Let's say, for example, let's start the practice bot. Let's have them not strafe, right? Let's start the practice bot. Over here, you can kind of see that like I don't really have to move my mouse up or down. It's kind of just left, right? In fact, here, let me line up. Like, I'm not even gonna use my mouse, right? Boom, headshot, 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 headshot. Well, I walked above something, so headshot. I'm still walking above something. Whatever, you get it. Headshot, 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 right? So everything is basically the same line. You're not really like learning how to like adjust, micro adjust angles. Because what if like, you know, you're not exactly perfectly head level when you're swinging a corner? What if you're like this and that's a miss right there, right? You have to learn how to, you know, move your mouse so that you kill the guy. And how do we do that? So we can change if we change the elevation of where we're standing in the practice range, now you have varied heights. See, like I'm not going to be able to shoot this guy down here, right? If this is head level right here, right? This guy's no longer head level, etc., etc. So this forces your mouse to have to like move up and down. And what I like to do, I like to stand here, and this, you know, varies the height of the bot. And the idea is that you're not always going to be head angle, so you have to learn, you have to be able to like slightly adjust up and down. You can also move for a more drastic angle like this, and that'll be really different. Right now, moving down, moving up again. So you do a few of those. After I've done that, the very last thing I do is I just put 50 bots up and I put them on strafe, right? But I don't shoot. I'm not allowed to. I tell myself I'm not allowed to shoot the bot unless he moves. So the point of this is for movement tracking. Right? You want to make sure that he moves and you're moving too. And this will really help you shoot those people that are like adjusting. Again, you can switch up the angles, right? Doing these kind of angles are going to be helpful in game because again, right, like this guy is kind of unpredictable where he's moving and he's moving left and right, but that also changes the height of the crosshair slightly. Yeah, like this guy right here, right? Like it's no longer, I have to move up and down, and it's kind of unpredictable. When people are fighting, you know how like when you're flanking and you're trying to shoot somebody that's not looking at you, it's the hardest thing in the world. The reason is you can't predict their movement and they're changing their elevation depending on the angle that you're looking at. So that makes it, this kind of like helps you practice for that. So again, try not to shoot them until they've moved. That way, your eyes can like track them. And don't worry about clean one taps. I think people try too hard for one taps, especially when they're like practicing, right? And then the game comes, and now all of a sudden, once you've missed your one tap, you're panicking. You don't know what to do. So it's good to like have that like spray control and that micro adjustment. See, like I'm not even, sometimes I'm purposefully not hitting the first bullet just to try and get that kill with like the second or the third bullet, because when you're in game and the pressure is on, it's important that you hit the spray and not just the one tap. As pretty as it sounds, as pretty as it may seem, you know, you don't want to just hit the one tap, or you don't want to just practice the one tap. You might feel good, you're like, oh, I'm a beast, I could hit one taps in the range, I'm a perfect 30-30, while you know, but it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. Right, that when you're in the game, it doesn't matter if you're getting 5 headshots, right, or you're getting 20 body shots. You're still killing 5 people. That's the most important thing, is you're getting the kill. Convert the kill. Don't worry about how pretty it looks. Don't worry if it's like a clip worthy or whatever. You're trying to win the game. And so after all of that, I run into a deathmatch and I try to get like my game sense going. How to isolate angles. How to swing, wide swing, tight swing, jiggle peek, jiggle shoot. All of these things I'll discuss in a later video, as this is just the aim routine. So
match found.
The same thing being, deathmatch isn't for you to win, right? Like you don't need to win deathmatch. It doesn't mean shit, right? Instead, what you want to be doing is you want to warm up, right? You want to have yourself in a simulated like in-game environment. You want to isolate angles, you want to peek, you want to swing when you need to. All right, and again, take your time, be slow. You don't have to be fast. See, like this gunfight right here. I want this guy to swing me. Oh, he swung me. So, yeah, you want to try to like have your micro adjustments over there. I had really poor. I was looking at the mini map. And I want you to remember to like always switch the angle. If somebody has seen you, right? Like, let's say there's a person right here, and he saw me, and he's going back hiding. I'm not gonna continue to hold the same exact angle, because then he could just swing me.
I dropped your viper.
Good shot. There's also another method of aiming called keyboard aiming, and we'll do another video on that in the future. I think somebody just shot at me. Oh my god, that was unfortunate. Oh my god, he's a monster. Oh, I heard the spawn, but I didn't know where. This is still the warm-up. It's not the warm-up anymore. Oh, he was jumping. Oh! Crazy. But I feel like there's not enough people. Like, I'm not running into anybody here. Oh! Again, see, like my movement tracking is just not there right now. I thought I could spray him down, but my like movement tracking in terms of like the person's head and shit, when they're chafing, it's just not there. So That's what I'm trying to warm up here. Can I get this? Oh, he just swung me. So I was holding that angle a little bit too tight. Oh, nice shot. Jesus. These guys are good. Or maybe I just suck. I mean, 13? Yeah, I just suck. It's okay. Again, it's all about warming up your aim. Don't need to win. It's the biggest of all whiffs. Alright. I had to reset, you know? After that whiff on the KJ, I had to reset. Ooh. Good shot. Pretty sure I'm like 13 and 15 right now. Yeah, we have some people that are AFK. Again, it's so hard to shoot people that are not looking at you, but it's more important that you get the kill, even if it's not pretty. It don't have to be pretty. Shot. This is a good video for me to make because I'm also Ooh, see, she held the same angle on me, right? Remember what I was talking about? About like don't hold the same angle. She was holding the same angle, so it was very easy to like to get that kill because all I had to do was re-swing it. I didn't really even have to move my mouse. Right, I didn't even have to move my mouse. All I did was just walk into the shot, and those are the easiest shots. The ones that you can just like walk into. I think I crouched into that shot, and I stopped spraying. So I crouched into that one for sure.
Too easy.
Also, having sound and paying attention to sound is pretty important too. When you're holding an angle, you want to hear if they're running or not, but you don't want to just rely on sound as well in case they kill the noise. Oh, I missed. Again, take your time. Not about being pretty. Ah! Motherfucker! I swung wide on him because I didn't want to have the same angle. And then that exposed me. Are you serious?
I dropped your Viper.
Yeah. That looks like I'm running and gunning, but it's really just counter-strafing. That Viper's having a bad day.
Enemy punished.
Where are they at? Where are they at? Where are they at, homie? I need to win this. Oh, she crazy.
1 kill remaining.
Again, just adjustments, right? That's the other thing. If you're practicing one taps in the range, you're not practicing spray control whatsoever. So that is detrimental as well. If people just camping now, or they just AFK. Do I swing him again? Oh, he swings me. Oh, I won. Oh, okay. That was kind of crazy. we brought it back like that. So that concludes the aim routine that I be doing. It's very simple. It what is it? I know like sometimes when you get into, you're getting off work, you're getting off school, you finish your homework, whatever, and you want to just play the game, right? That's fine. But if you really want to climb, you're not doing yourself any favors by jumping into a competitive game without warming up, right? You can think about it this way. Let's say you have time for 2 games, right? What's the point of playing a competitive game as a warm-up, losing, right? And then in your second game, you gain similar or less RR than you've lost, right? And you ended up net negative on the day. It's not a good feeling, Hit the warm-up, right? Spend what, a game is like 40 minutes. Hit 20 minutes. Hit the warm-up, and then get into your first game. And who knows, if that's your only game of the day, you might win that game, and that's even better for your RR. You know what I'm saying? So just take the time. Remember to pace yourself. Try to keep your heart rate steady. Don't get too excited when you're doing hard bots, and just try to shoot people at the very last second. Try to get your eyes used to tracking the left and right movement, and I guarantee that your aim will definitely be better. You'll be a little more confident in taking 1v1s, and you'll see your rank slowly start to climb up. Again, aim is not everything, and we'll have more videos in the future about like in-game decisions, where to push, what angle to hold, etc., etc. But that's for a later time. For now, just work on that. All right, my boys. Peace.